Welcome, everyone, to our deep dive today. We're tackling some, well, truly massive theological ideas.
Absolutely. Huge concepts.
We'll be looking at the role of the second God in judgment, that's the Son, for clarity in our source materials terms.
And the purpose behind the cross.
Yes, and how all this leads to the ultimate completion of creation itself. Our goal, really, using the insights we've got, is to try and map out this, grand preordained plan.
A plan for existence, really.
Exactly. Leading to a world ruled by love, fundamentally, not by fear.
And we're not just covering the what. We want to get into the why.
The mechanics behind it all.
Yeah, looking for those moments where it clicks, those aha moments.
Connecting these big ideas into one sort of unified picture.
And hopefully showing how it might, impact how you see things.
Okay, so let's start with the authority of judgment. Where does that lie?
Well, the sources are quite clear.
The Father entrusts all judgment to the Son. John 5 tells us that.
All of it. No exception.
And this isn't just like delegating a task. It establishes him as Lord.
Lord of the living and the dead. Romans 14 really hammers that home.
And Revelation adds that he holds the keys of death and Hades.
Which is fascinating, isn't it?
It paints a picture of just immense power, total authority.
And it's more than just power, I think. It's about his inherent nature, his supreme role.
You mean it's foundational?
Absolutely foundational. The whole cosmic story seems to hinge on his central role in justice and ultimately redemption.
So he can judge even death itself?
Exactly. Death and Hades cast into the lake of fire eventually. It shows his absolute authority over even those concepts.
Okay, now this is where things get really pivotal, I think. The cross.
Ah, yes, the absolute center.
The sources insist it's the key event, but they add a crucial condition.
Which is?
That it only holds this immense meaning if it's the Creator, the second God himself, who endures it, who is forsaken.
That's a powerful claim. Only the Creator's sacrifice has that weight.
But, some might wonder about the fairness there. Why demand that specific sacrifice? How does that act prove divine love?
That's the core question, isn't it? And the answer given is profound. It's not just a theological point. It fundamentally redefines love and justice.
How so?
By becoming the sacrifice, he provides the way. The divinely set way for sin to be, completely removed from existence.
From space-time, as the sources put it?
Right. Eradicated.
Yeah.
And this act, uniquely, shows God's love and justice perfectly balanced.
And it exposes evil.
Exposes evil's true nature, yes. And it answers any doubts creatures might have about God's character.
Resolves them definitively.
And crucially, it completes free will. It completes creation itself. It's love demonstrated through ultimate vulnerability.
Okay, that links directly to this idea of free will then, and love winning out.
Yes, God wants obedience from love, not fear, not force.
So everything is explained beforehand. Judgment, salvation.
The reasons are laid out, yes. So creatures can understand, they can choose to accept his justice. It's an informed choice.
But doesn't that raise questions about predestination if God foresaw it all?
It does, and the material addresses that. It suggests God foresaw all transgressions, even the crucifixion.
Not as a mistake, but as part of the plan.
As necessary, actually, for completing free will. The emphasis is that love, not raw power, is the ultimate force.
The force that overcomes even death.
Precisely. Leading creatures to willingly love and obey. Understanding comes first, then the choice.
So, through this incredible act, what does the Son gain?
Glory. Profound glory. And he inherits the divine throne.
In God's own name. Which signifies ownership, right? Dominion over everything.
Over all of space-time. Matthew 28, Philippians 2, they confirm this complete authority. An inheritance earned through perfect love.
It's amazing because the sources also say God sees the whole universe as less than nothing, like dust.
Isaiah, yes. Less than a drop in a bucket.
Yet the Son, by fulfilling this commandment of love perfectly,
proves himself worthy to possess it all, to own and govern this vast creation. It's not just symbolic, it's absolute ruling authority.
Which brings us to the final completion of creation.
The end game, so to speak.
The point is, this commandment of love isn't impossible. Death can be beaten.
The Son proved it. He set the example.
So if people face judgment, the argument is it's by their own choice, not because the standard was too high or unfair.
Exactly. The path was shown.
Yeah.
The sacrifice ensures sin can be permanently, completely wiped out.
Eradicated from space-time forever.
And creatures finally understanding the horror of sin and the depth of God's love.
They choose obedience willingly.
Ushering in that perfected creation, where sin isn't just covered, it's gone. Love reigns.
Wow. So we've touched on the Son's total authority, the cross as the absolute turning point,
How love completes free will.
and how sin is ultimately and finally dealt with. It's quite a narrative.
Deeply intricate. What really stands out to you after going through all this?
For me, maybe it's that connection between the Creator's sacrifice and the completion of free will.
And for you listening, here's something to think about. If the very structure of reality, of space-time, is designed this way,
For a love to perfect free will.
and to eternally erase sin,
Yeah.
how does that change how you think about power, about freedom, and maybe about your own place within this incredible design?